All right, let's check this place out, give you a better idea of what it looks like, where it's at on the island. So, of course, it's on the big island of Hawaii. You were just here. You wouldn't be calling if you didn't know that, at least, I hope. If you look up here, here's Hawaii, popular little town up here in the northern end. And here's Kapaau. This is where our property is. An easy way to find where our property is there's a statue of King Kamehameha right here, right in the middle of Kapaau town. Now, King Kamehameha was the first chief in Hawaii. He's from the Big Island to unite all the islands. No one else was ever able to do that. He was a pretty badass warrior. He was 7 feet tall and born under Halley's Comet, and he hid out in Kapaau Valley as a kid because everyone wanted to kill him. No one wanted him to be the king. He ended up, the classic story. Took over. The cool thing is he existed at a time of savagery and also when Captain Cook came. So he got to actually live in a palace and live a civilized life after ripping people's heads off with his bare hand. So interesting character. He's got his own giant statue right here. And when you're on the main highway coming this way, there's a really popular hike and lookout. If you keep following this highway up, it's called Pololu Valley. You'll pass that Captain Cook statue. And if you take a right before it, you'll follow this road. This is Kapaau Road right here, where the cursor is. You follow that up, and we're going to find our property up this way. We're going to head up. You can see some rambutan or lychee fields right here, and a mixture of different houses. You can tell this one's more modern by the roof, if you take a peek. And then we got some older structures over here, like the Japanese-style homes right here. So it's a mixed neighborhood. All of the houses are fairly nice in presentation from the road. And when you come right here, see those little white dots? Those are sheep, I believe. Nice big clearing. When you get right here, the road forks. And if you stay straight, if you keep going straight, you'll run into the Kohala Jodo Mission. And there's a graveyard over here. Those are all little graves. Our property is right here. So the road we take, come this way, and then there's a driveway that comes this way that goes to this little bed and breakfast right here. And these are the original owners of this property. So all this was once one big property. They cut this out and sold it during a subdivision. So we come down this way, and now I don't think this exists, this little road right here. You kind of have to go right like this and follow this way. You go under the trees right here is the road, and then it comes into a J down here, and it like whips out in front of the house right here. So here's the main cottage. You can see this satellite image was taken while they were building it. This looks like sticks framework. So this is the main cottage up here, and the backyard extends this way, and it sort of circles this way. There's the solar panels for the little green shed. And then, I don't know what this is. I don't think this is up anymore. This looks like a shade tent right here. And then here's the greenhouse. Now, I don't know how accurate the scale is on the Google Earth. I would imagine it's perfect. But let's see what it looks like when we lay the plot map that we have over it. And this is an old survey done. I'm not sure what year. But this survey was made, I don't know. Had to have been one of the listings at least 4 or 5 years ago. So if we go by this, I lined it up the best that I could, but you can see it's still not perfect. Like it doesn't really line up right here with the road. Here it says Kapaau Road in there. But I moved it around quite a bit. I just couldn't quite line it up. But regardless, it looks like when you do this, the greenhouse might not be in the line. Now, I wouldn't go by this. I'm not a professional. I don't even know what the scale is on this thing. I'm just doing my best based on these lines. And I don't really know if this is true or false or what, but this is the basic shape of the lot right here. You can get an idea. Now, of course, if we're in escrow, we're going to want a survey or a staking to see where all this stuff is. And I believe the same person owns all of this and used to own this. So for instance, if this greenhouse is on the line, we would simply go to this owner and say, hey, is it okay with this encroachment? Or you take the thing down and move it. That is something to consider. Again, I don't know how accurate this is, or even what we're looking at right now, what I've done here represents anything. It's just for a basic idea of the shape of the lot. Now it could maybe look a little bit more like this, maybe? I'm not sure. Again, I'm not 100% sure. That might be a little more accurate. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But I just wanted to give you an idea of what the basic shape looked like around it. Now, when they did this, they said the greenhouse wasn't encroaching. There's no note of it here. So I don't know if maybe the greenhouse wasn't built or if this thing is just so far off. But it looks like from the road here, it's a straight shot across to the next pin, which tells me that this section right here would be out of bounds. Right? So if you have your straight shot this way, I don't know. Any way you do it, I messed with it for about 10 minutes. Couldn't really make it fit. If you wanted it to fit with the greenhouse, it would have to look something like that, right? Which actually that might actually be it right there. That's a fair fit on the road. Comes this way. Yeah, that might be a fair fit right there. I imagine it would be something more like this. So just wanted to give you that for whatever it's worth, and we can, you know, figure things out from there. But if you did want to do this, get it into escrow, we would have it surveyed and staked out so we knew exactly where it was. And yeah, that's it.